Okay. Bible says in Matthew chapter 4, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. For it is written, he's going to quote the book of Psalms, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. And this is Jesus' response to him. Jesus said unto him, It is written, again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. So Jesus' response to Satan is not to go back to Psalm 91 and explain why Satan is misinterpreting Psalm 91. Jesus' response is to quote a clear scripture, not to tempt the Lord thy God. So when we're going out and preaching the gospel, we're not just supposed to let them drive us about with every verse. We need to just give them the clear scriptures, and if they reject those, then we will reject them after 2 or 3 admonitions. But if Jesus had gone back to Psalm 91, he would be able to destroy Satan's interpretation. Because if you go back to that verse, watch. He says in Psalm 91, I believe that's it. Yeah, it is. Let's read the whole passage here. He says, For he shall give, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. That's what Satan said. Now, Satan did misquote this. I don't know, I dropped my phone, but Satan did misquote this because he said he shall give his angels charge concerning all thy ways. But what I imagine Jesus might have done is he might have gone to the very next verse. He would have said probably to Satan, read the whole passage. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder. The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. What does the Bible call Satan?
Yeah.
A roaring lion.
Yeah.
What does the Bible call Satan? That old serpent.
Yeah.
So Jesus is going to tread upon the lion and the adder. You see what I'm saying? And that's actually what it says in Genesis chapter 3. He says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So Jesus could have gone back to Psalm 91. He could have said, no, Satan, you're misinterpreting the verse. It doesn't say he'll give his angels charge in all thy ways. It just says he'll give his angels charge concerning you. Not only that, but in the very next verse, it says, I'm going to trample you under feet. Right? But Jesus didn't do that. So we should not always go back to the verse that they're referring to. We should just use clear verses.
Sure.
The only time I go back to James 2 with people is if they have great faith, and if I perceive that they want to listen to the interpretation, if they will receive it, which is very few times in America.